Hi everybody, welcome to another video. Sometimes I call them a show because I'm practicing. Sorry, it's not a high class show like Jimmy Fallon and the Tonight Show or the Late Show. I always get those two confused. They seem alike. Um, I'm not an expert on TV shows, so there's a lot I don't know. But recently I caught up on some Star Trek stuff. Now we could edit like an Enterprise into this film later on, and then Captain Picard sitting right here going, "Make it so." Sorry, I don't do a great impression of Patrick Stewart. Though I heard Brent Spiner do impression, I was pretty impressed. I'm like, of course he would do a good impression because he's talented, but also he spent like 7 years listening to Patrick Stewart right in front of him, so you would catch his voice pretty easily, right? Make it show, number one. Like, yeah, that sounds different. That sounds like his grandfather. So here's the park today. When the weather dries up, there's a lot of people here. Surprisingly, pretty late. In America, I remember going to parks at 8 o'clock. There's barely anybody out. Everybody was at home. But it's weird. Here in Vietnam, they wake up early, but they stay up late. They take afternoon naps, so they have more energy, I guess. So there's actually a lady that sells drinks down there, another lady that sells balloon toys and cotton candy. Then there's a guy here who rents skates out for $25,000, which is only about $1. But if you count it as $1,000 per dollar, it's like $25. It depends on how you exchange the money. But really, it's less than $1. The dollar exchange rate has risen above 25,000. It's almost 26,000. Which there's some benefits. It's more generous, and there's more money now in the system. But it's also more expensive, and I miss the cheaper prices of the past. It'd be nice to get those prices once a month again, even once a week, to help poor people save money. As business is often in the work of making profit for the company and not really caring about the customer. Your customer is important. There's a lot of respect for them because without customers, the company means nothing. There's nobody to sell to. And they buy all the products, so they deserve some respect. And I wish when I worked for companies, I worked for Walmart back in 2016, only during the summer. I've never held a full-time job throughout the whole year, but I really don't want to because it's like a divorce, like the shit where you don't even have time to cook for yourself in the morning, have breakfast with your family, or sleep enough, and you don't take care of your house first and your family business and your family first. Then you run to this business that's your job, and then you're with a bunch of strangers who don't care about you. Or who care about you some, but they can only do so much, because they're human and they're children of God. Something my father forgets. I always remember, I'm like, we're not just human. That's like saying animals are only animals. They're like human-like. They need to be respected. So, all right. Well, that's the end of this film. I might do an auto recording after. I wish I had 3G here sometimes, but I would be just stuck on the internet. All right. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and share the video. Bye.